Hey, everybody. Well, here goes nothing. For several months, I've been considering putting a podcast together, and with some subtle persuasion from friends and colleagues, I think I have a great idea. I don't know, a general makings of something. Admittedly, my tech skills or my design skills are lacking, so I don't know how to create a YouTube channel or do all this magic stuff. But here it goes. Welcome to The Way I See It. I'm your host, Michael Baumler. And before I begin, let me tell you a little bit about myself. I'm the eldest son, then I was a brother, a husband, a dad, an uncle, and now I'm a grandfather. I've worked on 5 continents, I've lived in cultures most people only read about, and I've sailed a 40-foot boat across the ocean. I'm a real estate broker, and I own a small clothing brand. I think I've earned my viewpoint. So let's talk about things everyone's thinking, but nobody wants to comment on. So, hey, it ought to be fun. In a world shaped by pandemics, surveillance, and now AI monitoring, are we really trading too much freedom for the illusion of safety? My question taps into both the political and emotional territories. Let's discuss privacy. Let's discuss trust in government and social media data. But let's not get locked into one ideology. And perhaps a civil liberties advocate or some cybersecurity expert will submit some feedback to me directly, or maybe we can figure out a way to have them as a guest. The way I see it, it's all about perspective. Looking at the world calmly, honestly, and without all the noise. I want to talk about something that's been reshaping our lives for years, often without us even realizing it. The trade between freedom and safety. We all want both, but somewhere along the way, it feels like the scales have tipped. The question is, when did protection start to feel like permission? The way I see it, freedom isn't something that's taken. It's something we trade. We trade it when we let our phones track us. This way we can get great traffic updates. We trade it when we agree to the online terms we've never really read so we can use the app or watch the movies. We trade it when we accept more surveillance cameras in the name of public safety. And here's the thing. It's a big thing. But none of these choices really feel wrong in isolation. They feel reasonable. That's how freedom gets redefined. Quality through convenience. Yeah, let that thought land. Think about that for a second. Every generation has its own version of this trade. My grandparents lived through wars. That required rationing and sacrifice. Today's generation lives through a digital war, not fought with guns or bullets, but with data. And in this war, the battlefield is privacy. And the soldiers are algorithms. The paradox of control. When you think about it, we've never had more control, and yet we've never been more monitored. Governments, they collect data for safety. Corporations collect data for personalization. And we hand it over because at the time, the trade feels worth it. Until one day, it doesn't. The way I see it, freedom isn't just about what we can do, it's also about what we can refuse to do. The right to say no, the right to disconnect, the right to be left alone. Maybe that's the line we need to pay attention to. Not between government and citizen, but between comfort and awareness. Because once we stop noticing what we're trading, the trade is already over. Now, don't start writing those negative comments yet. I'm not saying that I'm anti-safety. I lock my doors. I use passwords. I use encryptions. I value the public healthware and all the record trading. But I also recognize that every time we choose safety, we give up a little bit of privacy. So maybe the real challenge isn't choosing one over the other. It's learning to see the exchange clearly. And we need to ask, what am I giving up and who benefits from it? Because freedom doesn't disappear overnight. it erodes decision by decision and click by click. And if we want to stay free, maybe we just need to start paying attention again. You know, safety and freedom aren't enemies. They're kind of like dance partners. One leads for a while, then the other takes a turn. The trick is to making sure we're still the ones choosing the music. And that's the way I see it. So that's it, guys. Thanks for listening. If something I said made you think today, even if you disagree, I'd love to hear from you. That's how real conversations start. So until next time, I'm Michael Baumler. I'm out.